All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
We want to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto
YAHAWAH,
BAHASHAM,
YAHAWASHI,
BAHASHAM,
BAHASHAM.
Double honor to the apostles and elders, great millstone. Shalom to all the Akim out there pushing the word of sincerity and the truth. It's Brother Barzal.
It's Gamal Yala.
Yeah, we're going to go into the lesson. It's only a few prophecies left. You know, you look at, the conditions and the tone of the world as we know it. You know, things are finna go down, man. You know, well, technically things are going down. You know, you see the quarrels of Russia and Ukraine. You know, major conflicts. You know, and United States is aiding Ukraine. So, you know, United States is kind of putting themselves in basically their corner. You know, like when you look at WWF and, you know, when we were kids and stuff like that, SmackDown versus Raw and things of that nature, you know, so when somebody was in the corner, they would get tagged in, you know, and the corner is usually a position of assistance, you know, so you see America actually pushing assistance to Ukraine through giving them actually technology and machinery, you know, arsenals in order to actually fight in this major conflict, you know. And Russia made that statement to America that they better slow their roll, basically, you know, before they basically jump on their asses, you know, in so many words. You know, they put their political jargon, you know, within the midst. But we see that going on. We see the MOTB, a brother had posted in the group, you know, about the actual, you know, beast mark, you know, the mark of the MOTB, of course, as we know it, on actually television, man, you know. And what do you actually have the?
I can pull it up.
Yeah, can you pull that picture up and just show it to the camera? You know, that amongst other things, the pestilence outbreak. There's a lot of stuff that's going in. You know, brothers posting certain things with the.
I don't know if you could catch it. I don't know if it'll pick up. Lord willing, it will.
It got a glare to it, but could you read that?
It just basically says. It basically says hand microchip for payments, and this is basically it's a local news. So this is actually taken from a brother. I guess he's at work or. You know, but this is off the local news. I don't know if it probably ain't gonna pick up on the screen. Oh, there it is. A little bit. You would kind of see it. You know, so this is on the local news. A brother just, shared that. But that goes to show you, you know, it's out there, man. You know what I'm saying? This is not just, you know, if it's local, that means it's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? If the word is getting out locally, then that means people are starting to really catch on to what's coming.
Yeah, and this isn't a thing of, you know, our opinion. These aren't opinionated statements that we're coming with. We're coming with hard facts and truth. That's why the scriptures speak about how gold is, the words of wisdom is tried seven times in the furnace. Meaning what? It's completely perfect. You know? And I'm going to get this precept. This is Ezekiel 7:6. It says, "And end is come, the end is come, and watching for thee, behold, it is come."
Yeah, the end is come, the end is come, it watches for thee, man. You know, hey, so like we said, there's only a few prophecies left, because and not only are we in the last days, we're at the end of the last days. The last days actually started when YAHAWASHI had died. Okay, 2,000 years ago, over 2,000 years ago. All right, which now we're in the times of the the very end, you know, the end of the story. You know, we're gonna get to the climax. You know, we're gonna get to heavy times very soon. All right, but it says the end is come. Which yeah, we keep going.
Yep, verse 7. It says, "The morning is come unto thee, O that dwellest in the land. The time is come. The day of trouble is near. And not the sounding again of the mountains." Yeah, so it says the day of trouble is near. And that's what? Jeremiah 30:7, man. The time of Jacob's trouble. We know that there's a time that's coming since was never seen on the face of the earth. And the Lord said it. It's inscribed in the writings, man. You know? We understand, like I said, that this stab and jab has very adverse side effects that's going to actually, peak his, like how the saying goes, rear his ugly head in the coming future, synonymous damn near with I Am Legend. You know, because a lot of people, they're going to actually feel the blowback of trusting in the system, man. You know, a lot of people think that trusting in Egypt, and you could get that. Those that, you know, trust in the shadow of Egypt, you know, those individuals that actually try to subscribe and live according to the course and the ways of this world, imminent death is coming to that, man. You know, whether it's a direct punishment where you actually, you know, get sent to the spirit world, or the Lord makes your life a total hell in this captivity, man.
Right.
Because these things are going to intensify, man. You know, when Russia made their move, China's going to make their move. Hey, when you look at these certain countries, they already got pretty much aggressive crackdowns on the citizens. You know, there's certain citizens that ain't moving around, you know, freely. They don't have the freedom to you know, to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
Look at China.
Yeah, Shanghai, I think.
Shanghai. You know, all throughout the Asiatic, you know, somewhat China more so, but a lot of those Asiatic lands, a lot of, you know, countries such as India and things of that nature. You know, see, America's gave and pushed the energy of liberalism,
Freedom.
and freedom, a choice and freedom to do what you want as a guise, so to speak, as basically a pacifier to keep Jake in a passive state. But they ultimately use that just to keep Jake fucking around while they actually, you know, roll the big stage down, man.
That's it.
To the point where they intensify and bring about austere measures, man. You know, aggressively telling you when this. That's what this whole thing was had to do with, anyways. The trial run, man. You know, when they tell you to keep your ass in the house, come out after 10 o'clock, or you're gonna have these different citations. You're gonna actually, you know, get hauled over to this center and think you're gonna get fined heavily.
Yeah.
You know, that was the first stage.
That was the first, and they're gonna come back with a round 2, which is even heavier restrictions, man. This time they ain't gonna, you know, because here in Atlanta it was actually like, you know, it wasn't as strict. You know, you still had Jake going out to party. You still had a lot of things going on in the city. You know, they weren't as strict as other cities. But guess what? The second time it comes back around, you'll see, man. It's gonna get hot. Now, this is Isaiah 30, and I'll just start at the top. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that take cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Yeah, because number one, you know, our people, they don't consider, man. They do it not consider. You know, and they don't take heed unto the Lord and what He's saying. We're in the last days. We've been talking about the MOTB. We've been talking about World War III for years, and these people, they don't have the cover of the Lord. Now it says, verse 2, that walk down to go into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh.
Yeah, just like in ancient Egypt. A lot of those different Jakes was pissed off because of Moses pushing the energy of liberalism. You know, liberating. You know, not necessarily liberalism, but liberating Israel from that captivity. You know, and what a lot of those Jakes wanted to turn back unto Egypt because of the benefits, man. How much more of this is the place would we living in now, man?
Right.
Babylon the Great, where you get security, you know, so-called, you know, somewhat job security, you know, retirement. A lot of these different Jakes have these big boy bank accounts, you know. So they don't believe that actually, you know, aggressive crackdowns and harsh government control is coming about, you know. Jake is just all about the times that they're living in, but that's why the scriptures speak about those that lean on Egypt. They're gonna be pierced, man.
Right.
You know, because it's gonna come a time where you're not gonna have the ability to say no, man. All right, and they're trying to get you to that point. We already pretty much tied in, you know, through every little scruple of our life, from your credit to your money to who you are, your name, any of your entities, enterprises. Everything is associated with this beast system, man. You know, so it's nothing for Esau to pull and restrict you. All right, you're not gonna take this device, and we no longer can register your business.
Right.
You know, we no longer can actually give you medical assistance due to the fact that you don't have this medical instrument that's precisely can detect XYZ. You know, there's a lot of things in the news always on cybersecurity. You know, we can't secure your device. Your device could be powered off. Esau has the way of doing, you know, getting the job done, man.
Yeah.
That's what makes him the devil.
Right. And you know, like you said, you can be ostracized. You can be excluded from the system. You know, hey, we saw that with the we saw a glimpse of that with the VAX. You know, you couldn't even, you know, go in certain stores. You couldn't do certain things. You know, it was restricted. Now, how much more the MOTB is gonna be basically everywhere? You know, scriptures say you're not gonna be able to buy or sell. All right. I keep going though. It says, and trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion.
Yeah, see, and Jacob's confused. That's why they're basically in Babylon and basically a time loop. Not even understanding that there's only a few prophecies left. You know, going into the title of the lesson, how many years, starting out with the apostles and elders, decades, have they been pushing about these major events that's taking place right now? All right, about Russia, all right, China, WW3, you know, the MOTB, all throughout the book of Revelations, Esau coming about, you know, aggressive upon the masses of the people. You know, the great insurrection as it is written in Ezra, YAHAWASHI's return, man. You know, these are the prophecies that we're speaking on that we're seeing actually coming about, man. You know, they had that thing even dealing with the so-called UFOs about the government pushing out the articles dealing with so-called classified information, declassifying all the classified information.
Right.
You know,
about the UFOs.
About the UFOs. You know, because Esau vaults information, and he only tells you what he wants you to know.
Yeah.
But through the Most High giving us the spiritual eye salve, as it is written in Revelation, the 2nd chapter, anointing thy eyes with eye salve that thou mayest see, we're able to see the prophecies plainly, clearly, man.
Yeah, and it also shows you that the Lord is ultimately in control, because hey, this devil's being exposed, man. Like you said, they had to declassify that because it was too many sightings.
Yeah.
You know, it was too many people. They couldn't. It was undeniable at that point. And another thing too, that's getting ready to that's exposing Esau is this whole C-19 thing. This is about to blow over too.
Oh hell yeah!
It's about to, man. That thing is about to
pop, man.
It's about to pop. This dude, Dr. Artist, I think, something like that, or whatever his name is. You know, he's a whistleblower, and he spilled the beans, man. You know.
Yep. Went to all the details of the we had seen in the group, right?
Yeah, the snake venom. Talking about
going into these things of the snake venom. You know, because it's all Esau's plan is all triangulated. You know, they have a demonic trifecta, which in today's time is known as the city-states. You have the Vatican, you know, which Vatican deals with the serpent, man. You know, or diviner, you know, left-hand diviner and things of that nature. You know, you have London, which that deals with the monetary. You know, because what Esau, through these different elitists, they started their enterprises predominantly in Europe, man. London, you had the 5 sons of what's this guy, Meyer Amschel Bauer. You know, they had Frankfurt, Germany. One of them, I think, had London. They had the other 3, you know, areas, Austria, so on and so forth. So London is actually important in itself, and of course, America being the military, because you know the American military is, you know, one of the strongest militaries, you know, that's standing, you know, and that has been standing for decades, you know, especially after World War II, which the world reserve currency was situated through America's aggression, you know. You see, so these different countries, they're going to push about, they have the ability, the strength, the power, and the resources to put about a plan, which we know in today's time as the NWO, you know. And that ain't nothing more but the Most High pushing Esau to actually push prophecy of the Bible, because the Bible, scripture says the Most High controlleth the left and the right. It says the Most High's heart is upon, his mind is in the heart of kings. In Proverbs 21st chapter, it tells you in the book of Job how he sprinkles, you know, inspirations and basically instruction in the mind of the people before they even wake up. So when they actually make actions of aggression campaigns and things of that nature, that's the Most High rumbling the pot, man. Exodus 3:15, the Most High is known as the a man of war. You was done with that, right? So,
Yeah, that was
so
it.
I want to get this in Jeremiah 30th chapter, because we almost in this time, man. But we don't fear these things. The scripture says, "Fear not, thou worm Jacob." Even though we don't have a defense from this country, we don't have military defense. We don't have offensive. Brothers might know how to do a little thing, boxing here and there, but we don't really have, offensive strength. Truth be told, this devil has the ability to go underground, man, for months at a time. They have millions of dollars worth of canned goods and things of that nature that can last them to 2-3 lifetimes, man. So we don't have power, but the scriptures tell us still to not fear. All right, Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved up out of it.
Yeah, and this is another prophecy that like we're basically going to the last few prophecies, and this has not happened yet. We're talking about the time of Jacob's trouble, all right, which we just read in Isaiah 30, how you people are our people, you Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Seminole Indians, and Native Americans. You don't have the covering of YAHAWASHI, so it's gonna be to your trouble. Okay, so the Lord is gonna open up a very heavy judgment for you people, and especially you Israelites, you people that know you're Israelites, man. It's going to start with you, but the Lord is going to basically have, I'll say the angels, he's going to authorize the angels to have a field day on you wicked individuals, man. You got it.
All right, this is Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Yeah, so this man has a short span, and he measures the time diligently. The Lord told us in 2 Ezra 9th chapter to measure the time diligently in itself. You don't think the devil himself measures the time?
That's the spirit. I was just about to get that too.
Oh yeah. See, he has a doomsday clock. He has analytics. All right, he has individuals that actually study the what's trending on the world. The projectors and things of that nature.
Right.
And they use all these all their wisdom to actually make conclusions. They actually have AI. It was an article that went into basically an AI god.
Yeah.
And what the AI god was basically telling Esau was basically, it was to a certain degree, it was kind of like his kingdom was falling, man. Roughly, extremely roughly, it was speaking about dystopian base. It had a dystopian message, man, of the end. Cryptic. So it wasn't nothing that was an expression that his legacy is gonna still go on. He's gonna be able to build up better stores, and get certain strips back popping all throughout the United States, man. It didn't say that. It spoke about destruction. So we know that the times when it's measured accurately in the scriptures, it all indicates the end, man.
Right.
So you got that. We'll close if you want. If you got a few more.
Let me see. You said you got Revelations 12, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That second is 9.
That was 2 Ezra 9.
Yeah,
we can keep going on that. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll go from there. Yeah. On down.
Okay. The 2 Ezra 9, and I'll keep going. It says, verse 2.
Start the song.
Yeah. Verse 1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past.
So we've seen part of the signs past. The scriptures speak about in Ezra's about how time has to be measured in 12 quarters, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a dividend of time. And when you actually see, I think he said the 10th has already been completed. So it's only a few things that's left, man. And we was talking about that earlier. So for brothers in the spirit, you want to ride the bench at that last, or you don't want to ball, or you don't want to come to the game, and and metaphorically speaking, while we up, that's absurd, man. You should be front line and center, man. Helping push the envelope, man. Push the prophecy, push the machine. Because when the Lord said he come down, he want to see and find them so doing.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many scriptures that tell us that the virgins actually having that oil in their their vase, man. Actually lit up, activated, man. You don't want to be an inactive Israelite, impotent Israelite. You just don't have no type of spiritual potency, spiritually neutered. You want to be the one of the ones that's actually helping push the prophecy, man.
Mm-hmm.
So when these actually prophecies is fulfilled, the Lord say, "Good, well done, thou good servant."
Mm-hmm.
You took the talent, you took the book, you told the book, whether they're here or for a bear, written in the book of Ezekiel. You got the blood off of your hands. You warned the wicked. You converted souls through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. So your position is destined in the heavens, man.
That's right.
If of course, if it's in the Lord's will, but that's what the Lord told the men of the Lord to do. You got it.
It says, "Then shalt thou well understand that is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made."
Yeah, and we understand, man. It ain't no convincing us. There ain't gonna be no big head Scientologist that's gonna talk to us one day on a Saturday, and next thing you know, we're gonna have all kind of weird, diverse clothing on. You know what I'm saying?
Change our minds.
Yeah, changing our warped out. Or Egyptologists come. And next thing you know, you got one of those big boy African hats.
Right. This is it.
This is it. The prophecy of this book.
Yeah, this is the last stop.
This is it. Yeah, because this is the only thing that's making sense. This is the only thing that's crying out. The scriptures speak about, in the end I shall speak. This is the only thing that's talking. All those other books is just dormant books that's collecting dust on the shelf, man. And where it rightfully needs to be. Just keep it on the shelf, man. Closed. This should be open, and that's why the scriptures speak about we taking the wisdom of the Lord and we putting it on the housetops, man. That all should hear.
That's it.
Because what we're saying, like we've been speaking about the MOTB, now it's in the news.
Right.
How many of you guys' books, whether it's the Meta or the Egyptian Books of the Dead, all these different African books, how many of these books have actually historic prophecy? Prophecy in this ancient writings that are coming about now, that could warn you about the end of the so-called white race, as well as the other nations actually coming about and bringing about wars and things. None of those books go into that. You see? So this is the word that's faithful and true, and we take this word and we prophesy, and that's why, like we said, it's only a few things left. Talk about these last few prophecies. Even if we sound like a broken record, we're gonna keep being those broken records, man. Because guess what? When everything goes down, we're gonna be the same ones that sound like the broken records, saying "I told you so." So you got it.
Yeah. It says, verse 3, "Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning."
Yeah, it says before these things spring forth, I tell you of them. You got it.
Yeah. Hey, and just like we've been saying, we at the end. It says when you will see these things, when you see earthquakes and uproars of the people, which earthquakes, brothers always bring out that earthquakes can mean basically earth-shaking events. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to literally mean earthquakes. Now, everything that's happening in the world is very major news, man. So this is the time where the Lord spoke of, man, that He gave us warning of in the scriptures. That's why, like we said, you got to stay occupied in prophecy. You got to stay occupied in the scriptures so that you can actually know what's going on. You'll have a heads up. It says,
yeah, that's why Jake don't know what's going on, because they're in darkness, man. We got the light. when you have the light, you have the ability to move and maneuver accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we move as such. That's why we move in fear, YAHAWASHI, and we push his narrative. We're not pushing our own narrative, man.
Right.
We didn't come out with our own renditions of the Bible and tell people to like, comment, and subscribe.
Follow us.
Yeah, follow us, and you can get the, my interpretation of the Bible for less than $29.99. Yeah, you pay for the breakdowns, man.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord gave us the book, all right, and He told us to push the book. That's it, and watch these things manifest. And as these things manifest, the ones that have done so, they're going to be protected.
That's right.
And they're going to receive that white stone, as it is written, which is basically the stone of mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's not going to get that stone of mercy, because everybody's not activated in the spirit of the Lord.
That's right. I'll get one more.
Yeah, you get it.
This is the last one, verse 5. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and end, and the end is manifest.
Yeah, what else do you need to see that this is the end?
Mm-hmm.
We all have access to the internet where we can look all over the earth. We see that, TS genderism is all throughout the media. Momo sex and, these lesbos. I'm trying to be, as PC or PG, whatever, as I possibly can, without Esau cracking down through his algorithms, because Esau that's another reason we know this is the end. What happened to freedom of speech? Now the cyber police is on our asses everywhere we step. That's why the scripture says it's gonna be a time where we ain't even gonna prophesy no more, man. Because Esau shutting up shop, and as he shuts up shop, it's gonna boil down to our personal relationship with YAHAWASHI and the mercy that the Lord bestows us, man. That's why it's important to continue to push what the Lord has told us to push, man. Not trying to be your own little entrepreneur in the system. It's of course the one thing to have your own hustles and have your thing going on. Don't get that wrong. Every man has a hustle and has a way of getting, from one day to the next. But that's not the end all be all. We can't be consumed with the ways of this world, because this world is damn near over, man.
That's it.
The Lord said that we seek for a new kingdom and a new heaven wherein dwelleth righteousness, man.
Mm-hmm.
This kingdom and this heaven or this rulership is no righteousness in it.
Right.
And that's another reason why we know it's the end, because the scriptures speak about, in the latter times things will be this, destructive, self-destructive, and things of that nature. The love of many waxing cold, wickedness, being in high places, so to speak.
Everything is adding up and aligning.
Mm-hmm.
And, domino effects, man. So we're at the very few last dominoes, last few puzzle pieces to make the full picture, which is the destruction of America.
Mm-hmm.
You had anything else?
No, that's everything.
Kanye.
Yeah, so hopefully, brothers was edified, and a few sisters that watch. We're going to anybody giving all praise, honor, and glory unto
YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM,
Double honor to the apostles, others of great millstone. Shalom, Akim.
Shalom.